On my drive down here today to one of my favorite graffiti spots to see if there's any new graffiti, I realized that I've been in my van for 4 months full time today. So now is as good a time as any to talk about some finance stuff and tell you guys how much van life has really cost me in the last 4 months. Where I'm saving money, how things have changed since the first month I started. Yeah guys, like so much cool stuff has happened. I have found amazing ways to save money and also cut back some things that I never thought I would ever cut back. So let's talk about it. When I first got into van life, of course, you're still kind of transitioning from paying super high rent and having all the luxuries of like the old life you used to have. So things are always going to be more expensive your first month in. So let's just break it down on what I'm spending right now, and then minus the things out of my lifestyle that you guys probably don't have to spend, and show you how much van life is probably going to cost you. So here we go. My van payment is still $340 every month. Yes, because I did buy my cargo van used, but I financed it, so I'm paying $340 a month for a couple of years, and that payment's going to be done. I couldn't afford to buy the van outright myself at the beginning. I wish I really would have. Truly, I wish I would have, because then that payment wouldn't be in my life right now. But I also don't think I would be in this lifestyle this last 4 months if I didn't make that payment. So my van payments are $340. My insurance, I'm in Canada, so I'm in British Columbia in Canada, and we're kind of monopolized by one insurance company. So my insurance is $161 per month, and that's commercial insurance because my van was financed through my business, so it does have commercial insurance and stuff on it. So I pay $161 a month for insurance. My cell phone, here is something that I just changed in the last month, actually the last couple of weeks. I was spending about $150 on my cell phone a month with data and everything else. We don't have cell phone plans here in Canada like you guys have in the US. There's no such thing as unlimited data, nothing. So when we're paying cell phone bills, they're ridiculous up here in Canada. So I ended up cutting my cell phone bill from a contract to a monthly pay-as-you-go. So right now I'm paying $25 per month. I get evenings and weekends free calling, unlimited texting within Canada, and 50 airtime minutes during the day. I never talk on the phone. I'm a texting kind of guy. So for me, no big deal. I cut out all the data off my phone, so I removed a major chunk of money right there. I'm saving like $125 a month right now, bringing my phone down to a simple $25 per month, and that's rounded cash, everything fully done, $25. That was a super big bonus. And of course, because I have all of my DJ gear, I do still have a storage locker. When I first got into van life, I was spending $140. I'm rounding these numbers off, guys. $140 a month for my storage locker. I have since cut that back to $85 per month, and I'm in a smaller locker now, and I'm hoping in the next month to be able to get my stuff into an even smaller locker after that. So fingers crossed I can be able to squeeze it into something a little bit smaller. I'm planning on putting some of that stuff into the van. Like, I'm hoping to find a way to get my bike permanently in the van and still be livable and functional, so that would remove a major piece of my storage locker. But $85 a month for storage. Dog food is, I'm just guessing this one because I buy my dog the big bag of dog food and I get a super good deal on it. $40 a month for dog food. You're not going to get into more details because who knows, sometimes he's hungry, sometimes he's hungry. Food and coffee. I'm just guessing this stuff because sometimes my food is only $40 a week, sometimes 30, sometimes 60, who knows, depending on what I need for groceries. I do a lot of like vegetable stuff and little simple things that I can eat. Between food and my coffee every day, because I do go out for coffee at least once a day, I'm planning on hopefully starting to make my coffee in the van. I still got to think about that. I like going out for coffee. It's just, I enjoy it. But I could save a nice $50 a month if I were to just cut that out. So that's in the works. It's coming. But between food and coffee, I've roughed it about $250 a month. And gas. My gas bill right now is costing me between $400 and $600 a month. Yep. I don't know if you know, but gas in Canada is super, super expensive. I've had some of my viewers in the States tell me what they're paying, and it's just crazy. Someone told me it cost them $60 US to fuel a full tank in their Chevy Express cargo van. It's costing me $150 Canadian to fuel my van, which is craziness. Anyway, gas prices out here are currently right now about $1.40 per liter. And in the last little while, it's bounced around, you know, it averages about $1.35 per liter. So gas is super pricey. So I'm spending between $400 and $600. Sometimes if I'm roaming around and doing lots of cool stuff, it's usually on the $600 point. I average $100 to $150 a week in gas. That is some real gas truth. That's probably my largest expense. I'm sure if I wasn't in a cargo van, if I was in a minivan, everything would be totally different. Okay, so if we add all of this stuff up, I'm looking at $1,401 in total life expenses. Plus on top of that, I have $275, which I pay for my daughter's dance every month, which I didn't include in any of that stuff because that's my own personal stuff. So let's minus things out of here. All right? You guys won't have to make my van payment, so that cuts that out. And if you guys are in a van that's cheaper on fuel, so we're gonna cut the fuel cost of that out just for right now. And you won't have a storage locker, just say you don't need one, so we'll cut that out of there. And we're also gonna cut out the cost of animal food, because if you're not traveling with an animal, you won't need to figure that out. So, taking a look at that, you're looking at $436 a month. That's it, $436 per month to live in your van. And that's if you're paying the same insurance that I am, and eating the same kind of food that I am. You're looking at $436 per month, plus adding your fuel to that. So think about it. I'm not good at math, so my calculator's on my phone, so you can figure it out. Just say if you were doing $436 per month and it was $40, you know, a week to fuel your van, add that up, you know, or $60 a week or whatever the gas is in your vehicle, and that is your only life expense. So really, you're in van life for like $600 a month. That's a freaking crazy, crazy, crazy cheap. Are you kidding me? I can't wait till my van sits at that point where I don't have to make my van payment. My gas is still gonna be overly pricey, but that's the price you pay to live in something with more square footage. It's no different than living in a condo. You get a small one, you're gonna pay a little bit less than you get a bigger one like mine. That's like minivan versus cargo van. It's a huge difference. But the living space in my thing is worth the extra. Let me tell you, I'm happy to pay the extra fuel in it, because the living space in my van is just, it's perfect. Like I could use a higher top, but honestly, it's perfect and I'm comfortable. And I don't think this lifestyle would have been the same for me anyway if I did it in a smaller minivan or a mini cargo van. So looking at my situation, I'm doing about $1,400 per month, which seems like a lot. But if you look at it, when I was in my condo, I know, because I paper write out my budget. It's, hold on a second. I paper write out my budget. I've been doing this for like years and years and years and years and years. It's always in my wallet. Weird, right? But I've always papered it out. And I just scratch things out as things get paid. But it's in my wallet at all times, so I know exactly what my budget's at. I know what's coming in for money. I know what's going out for money to make sure things are getting paid on time. But when I was in my condo, my paper budget had to be $3,250 every single month just to survive. So look at it. That was my condo life. Now I'm in a van, and all I gotta do is $1,400 a month. No big deal. It's actually more of like $1,700 and something because of my daughter's dance, but I didn't include that in there. But look at it. If once my payments and stuff are done in my van and all the rest of that stuff is kind of cleaned up, I'm down to like 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm under $1,000. I'm cool with that. Van life is like, it's awesome for saving money, but it's also awesome for showing you different things in life. Like I've learned a lot being in the van. I've learned that I don't need a lot of the things that I owned before. It's all just material garbage that has meant nothing to my world. It means nothing to me. It's meant nothing to my life. It's not doing anything for me. I don't need half that stuff. So currently, right now, I got things in my storage locker that I have pictures of on my phone that I plan on putting on Craigslist for sale today. Just things I've brought along with me that have zero use to my life now. Zero. So if you're owning tons of stuff right now in your world, just purge it. Purge it. Purge the stuff you haven't touched in months. Make a little extra cash on it. Put that in your savings. Pay that to your debt. Put that towards buying your van. Van life has been super, super awesome. And I'm learning as I go. I'm making, a little bit of money. I'm making less money than I was working my other job, obviously. But I've never been so damn happy in my life. So there's the cost of 4 months living in my van. Maybe this helped you. Maybe this didn't. Where's my homie? He's gonna walk right through the puddle, watch. He did. All right, guys, until the next one, adios. Wait a minute, I forgot one last thing, and I know people are gonna ask me about it, so here we go. What do you pay for healthcare, Chrome? Well, I live in Canada, so I don't pay anything. Here's the scenario of what happens here in Canada. If you make above a certain amount of money, I think it's like 16,000 or something like that, you have to pay into your medical care system out here, which is just one rounded thing. It's not different medical companies, it's one company you pay into the government at $65 per month. That's it. You get full coverage, full everything. There's no limitations. You can go to the hospital and get anything done. So prior to moving into the van, I was making about, $55,000 a year, just give or take. So I was spending like $65 a month into my medical services plan. Now that I've quit my job and living in my van and making less than $16,000 per year, that means I don't gotta pay zero for medical. Zero. Some of you might be wondering, why would I ditch a job that paid so much money to make very little money and just be getting by? Why would I do that and give up that lifestyle to live in a cargo van? It's super easy. Because I have one life to live. One life! Just one! I don't want to spend it like I've spent my last handful of years of my life grinding and working away and not feeling alive. That's why. It's as simple as that. Why did you give it up, Chrome? Because I'm ready to live my life. That's it. I'm out. But I kinda gotta take my camera with me, so come on.